Hello, it's Dr. Ericka. I'm coming to you straight from my kitchen. I think next week we'll switch because I feel like we've been in the kitchen, maybe because I think the kitchen feels intimate. Reminds me of being home with my family, and we would get together and have such long conversations in the kitchen. So I always feel like when I'm really talking to you, I come to my kitchen. Well, welcome. This is my last live stream for this week. I am so excited to have you because you know what we're talking about today. Where are all the psychiatrists? 5 strategies to find a psychiatrist, because I so oftentimes hear people say, I don't know how to find a psychiatrist. Well, that's even if they know what one is, but a lot of times people are like, how do I find one? Especially people of color, how do I find a Black one? So today I wanted to break down a few ways you can find us, ways you might even find me. All right, so let's get it going. So the first thing I want you to do is, if you know someone that needs this, just tag them. Tag. If you know someone also that needs this, you can share. So sharing is caring. And if you want, you can even do a watch party. The next thing, if you're watching it later, don't even worry about it. Put hashtag replay in the comments. I'm just happy you came. That's all I need. So I am your host, Dr. Ericka, Harvard-trained, double board certified psychiatrist and integrative lifestyle coach. I am irrationally passionate about helping people be better so they can do better and ultimately live better. I do that through my adult telepsychiatry program, where I see people from multiple states. My books, including Fix Your Fairy Tale, A Woman's Guide to a Great Life, Love, and Legacy, along with my speaking. So I'm so happy to be here tonight talking about something that I'm very passionate about, because one of the things I really feel very strongly is that everyone deserves to have that life that they were created for. Everyone deserves to have mental wellness and to feel good and to feel emotionally healthy. Everyone deserves to be able to feel joy. And to me, being able to look out for that and be intentional about it, and if you need a little help, be able to get it, is something that's very important to me. And I know one of the things that happens sometimes is sometimes people are interested in getting help and they do not know how to find it. So that is one of the things we're going to talk about today. We'll not be exhaustive. We're going to talk about a few things. Then we're going to get you out of here because it is Thursday night. I don't want to keep you here forever in case there is something that you have on your plate. Because I know even though we're doing pandemic life, some people still have plans. So thanks for choosing to spend your time with me. You could be choosing to spend it anywhere. So there are a lot of myths out there that, you know, psychiatrists are crazy. We aren't. There's some that there aren't Black psychiatrists. I am. I know lots of Black psychiatrists. There are not a ton of us in relationship, because if you look at studies, they say about 4 to 5 percentage of, I think, doctors are Black. So most of us aren't Black, but there are some, and Dr. Ron is also one. So, but I want to let you know a few ways to find us. All right. So we already talked about some of the myths that no one knows how to find us. We're all crazy, and there aren't any Black ones. Well, we got you. I got you tonight. So one of the things, first ways you can find one of us is you can contact your insurance company. So one of the easiest ways sometimes to get referrals is to contact your insurance company and see who's in network. And network just means who is covered by your insurance, because a lot of people want to use their insurance. The conversation of why or why not you would not use your insurance is probably a conversation for another day. But you can contact your insurance company. The next thing is you can ask your doctor. So if you have a primary care provider, your OBGYN, any other doctors you have, you can ask your doctor for a referral. So a lot of times they can tell you people. Now, the next thing is you can phone a friend or phone family. So a lot of times the people I know will find people because they talk to their friends and family, finding out either who they saw or who they knew, who they know, who's in their network. This is probably one of the most common ways to find a Black psychiatrist, is you ask someone in your network and they find them. It's one of the things I end up doing a lot is people message me like, hey, I have a friend that needs somebody here, or I need somebody and I'm here. And I do that a lot. But a lot of times it's literally phone a friend or call family and just ask who they know or who they've seen. The next one, number 4, is the internets or the interwebs. So one popular place where a lot of people are listed is Psychology Today. So Psychology Today ends up having probably majority psychologists and psychiatrists, and we all typically are on there. That site has high SEO, so that's search engine optimization. So it's very easy to find people there. So usually when you search on there, you'll either search by name or you'll search by city or zip code, and it'll pull up everyone in your area. So that's a really common way. Another thing on the internet is there are numerous, I don't know why, I love saying the internets or the interwebs, is that there are numerous websites that'll have people listed. So I'm going to take a moment and have a little quick moment for the people. That one of there's like therapy for Black girls. It's therapyforblackgirls.com. They have a lot of Black clinicians and includes psychiatrists and therapists. Also, there are numerous different organizations, and there'll be listings that you can find. There are a few different, like I think there's one like Black Doctors Now, but there are a few different sites that are now coming up that list Black physicians. And there are a couple more, because one of my colleagues, Dr. Nicole Washington, also has a site, but for some reason I am blanking on it. And it leans towards actually a site that's also designed to have a lot of listings that would also give priority to physicians, but also those practices see other people. I'll have to see if I can get the name of it. For some reason, I cannot remember what the name of that site is. But one is, the internet's like Psychology Today and other sites like that. They have some like health grades and stuff like that, but the thing about some of those sites is sometimes it goes kind of wonky on where people are and who they actually cover. So, but you can always just type psychiatrist in whatever, and you can get people that'll just pop up on the internet because of sites like Health Grades, Doximity, and things like that. The next thing is, so we talked about the internet, especially Psychology Today and Therapy for Black Girls. Employee assistance programs. This is something a lot of people don't think about. I realize everyone is not employed. So this really counts mainly for people that are employed, not contractors, temp workers, or entrepreneurs. But if you are employed by a company, they typically have employee assistance programs. So they're part of your benefits. So when you see these people, they are free. So a lot of times people will have resources involved in employee assistance that they're not using. So that's a place you can also look for referrals, and also if you use employee assistance. Usually it's not, you don't even have to worry about it being covered with insurance. A wild card that's not in here is naturally, if there's some systems you're in, you can always, if you're like a veteran, contact your VA or something like that. And even if you don't have veterans benefits, a lot of times if you call the tap line or you call, they may still be able to give you some referrals. But usually most of the time with them, the people that they're talking about are people that are actually in the VA system. So you'd have to be able to access VA providers for who they have. But it is also an additional referral. The last thing is the bonus is social media. That is the weird thing right now, is so much stuff is on social media. A lot of my friends are on there. We're all on there. And one of the kind of neat things about social media, it's not necessarily always a primary, but it's also something you may want to look up after you find someone, is if they have informational videos or something like that, that you may be able to start getting a feel for their personality or their style. And just kind of what kind of vibe you get off of them from social media. So I know I've actually had clients in my practice. Some of them have actually come to me from social media. So you never know. And when it comes to asking your friends and family, sometimes it's asking people on social media, like, hey, little inbox, do you know so-and-so and so-and-so? So, and then also different Facebook groups sometimes. But that's what I got for you. So we're going to do a quick rundown. We're going to do a quick review, and then I'm going to get you out because you know what? I'm not keeping you here all Thursday night. I just want to give you some high quality nuggets of information. So again, I am your host, Dr. Ericka, and we are tonight talking about where are all the psychiatrists, 5 strategies to find a psychiatrist, with a few little extra nuggets in, because we realize that there are not that many Black psychiatrists, and sometimes people want a Black psychiatrist. So I want you to be able to find one of us. So we're going to run down the list again. So the first is you can contact your insurance company for a referral. Now, I do want to give you the one little caveat here is a lot of us get credentialed for numerous things. So there are times where, don't be surprised, every once in a while you'll get someone that your insurance company says is in network, but when you contact them, you aren't in network. It's a whole nother conversation around why some of us take more insurance, some of us don't take insurance, or the panels people are on have changed. But you can contact your insurance company, because a lot of times you can get names from them, even if they don't even end up ultimately taking your insurance. The next is you can ask your doctor, ask one of your doctors you already have for a referral. They can have some information for you, and they may know people that they contact or they know well, or they communicate with to give you some information. The next is, like on the game shows, phone family or phone a friend. Ask someone who they know. Do they know anybody? Have they used anybody? All those kinds of questions, because a lot of times people find people through word of mouth. And plus, if you know someone that knows someone, maybe you'll feel like it's someone that'll be a better fit. Not always, but sometimes. The next is the internets or the interwebs. One example is Psychology Today. Another is Therapy for Black Girls. I'll look up a few more because there are quite a few. I've seen quite a few that have popped up lately. But Psychology Today is usually really high yield. You can always just Google what's in your area. But there are a few other websites. But I'm, as I said before, I'm having a little brain fart. But I know you'll forgive me because you are forgiving people. The next is your employee assistance program. If you are an employee, that is an option. Not only can they give you referrals, but most of the time they are, if you use people in their employee assistance program, that it is actually covered and you won't have to pay out of pocket. And then the interesting thing about some employee assistance programs is, like I've worked with some corporations, and the system they use had a wide variety of services, from psychiatrists to psychologists. They even had wellness coaches, life coaches. They had all kinds of interesting stuff all mixed up in there. You never know what they have. So I encourage you, if that's available to you, ask. Technically, you probably paid for it because it's part of your benefits package. So that's what I got for you tonight. I wanted to make sure I did some quality time with you. So thank you for doing this quality time for me. Let's see. Tomorrow is Friday, so I take off for my own mental wellness. So I will not be back until Monday, but I'll be back Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern with the topic to be determined. If you or anyone you know are feeling overwhelmed, stressed, not feeling like yourself, or just need a mental health checkup, feel free to go to AskDrGoodwin.com, AskDrGoodwin.com. Come in for a 15-minute free consultation. I can see how I can help you. I'm currently seeing people in Massachusetts, Missouri, Tennessee, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and California. So that's where I'm typically seeing people right now, because that's where my current licenses are. I should be adding a few other places in the next month or so. But please feel free to come on by and check me out. I would love to see if I can help you. The last thing I'd like to say is, again, thanks so much for taking time, choosing to spend time with me. It makes my heart so warm because we are going through so much. So just to feel your love really fuels me. Again, I'm Dr. Ericka, Harvard-trained, double board-certified psychiatrist and integrative lifestyle coach. I am passionate about helping people be better so they can do better and ultimately live better. I do that through my telepsychiatry practice, my books, including Fix Your Fairy Tale, A Woman's Guide to a Great Life, Love, and Legacy, along with my speaking. Thank you so much. The link for my telepsych is in the bottom. I will see you on Monday. Next thing is just your homework. Make sure you call at least one person and tell them that you love them. It will make a difference for them. They will probably tell it to you, which will make you feel better. I know we're in a period of physical distancing. We're still dealing with this pandemic. We're still dealing with a lot of craziness. And I want you to have as much support and connection as possible. So please have a good night. And thank you so much for coming. Take care.